Let's talk about your shoulder today, especially if you're past 60 and you've started noticing it doesn't move the way it used to. Maybe you've felt it reaching for something on the top shelf. Maybe it's tight when you're getting dressed or reaching to fasten something behind your back. Maybe you've even had a dull ache creep into your neck or down your arm and you weren't quite sure why. Here's some good news. Most of that stiffness isn't something that just happens to you as you get older. It's not a life sentence, and in most cases, it's not something that requires surgery either. It's usually a joint that's forgotten how to move properly, and once you understand why, it's actually simple to fix. We're going to walk through 3 gentle moves, all done seated, that take about 2 minutes altogether. And for each one, we'll show you a second way to do it too, so you can pick whichever feels best in your body. Before we get into it, let's talk for a second about why the shoulder gets stiff in the first place. It'll help the exercises make a lot more sense, and it'll help you understand why just pushing through it usually makes things worse instead of better. The shoulder is actually the most mobile joint in your entire body. Think about everything you ask it to do. Reach overhead, reach behind your back, cross your body, swing your arm at your side, lift a bag of groceries out of the trunk. No other joint moves in that many directions, and that flexibility comes at a cost. It relies on a lot of small muscles and a thin capsule of tissue working together properly, and when even one part of that system tightens up, the whole thing can start to feel locked. Most people only think about the ball and socket part of the shoulder where the arm bone meets the socket. What they forget is that the shoulder blade, that flat bone on your back, has to glide freely too. If the shoulder blade gets stuck, whether from tight muscles around it, a stiff joint capsule, or some arthritis, the ball and socket can't do its job either. The whole system backs up, and your body starts compensating in other places, which is often where the neck tension and the achy arm come from. So, how do you know if this is you? A few signs to watch for. If you reach up into a high cupboard and either can't get there or it hurts. If you reach behind your head to fix your hair or behind your back to fasten something and it pulls or pinches. Or if you've noticed headaches, tension across the top of your shoulder, or even an ache running down your arm. All of those point to the same thing. Your shoulder blade has stopped moving the way it should, and we need to wake it back up. The good part is you don't need any equipment for this. You don't need to get on the floor if your knees don't love that idea, and you don't need more than a couple of minutes. Let's get into it. Move 1. All right, let's get into the first move. This one is about getting your shoulder blade sliding forward and back across your ribcage. You can do this 2 ways. Let's start seated, since that's the easiest version for most people and doesn't require anything special. Sit at a table with good tall posture and place both hands flat on the table in front of you, elbows locked straight. Now, keeping those elbows locked the entire time, slide your hands forward across the table as far as they'll comfortably go. Your hands can only move because your shoulder blades are gliding forward underneath them. So if your elbows bend, you're cheating the movement and taking the work away from where it needs to happen. Then bring them back towards you, letting your shoulder blades draw together behind you, forward and back. That's the whole move. If you don't have a table handy, here's the standing version instead. Stand with your arms straight out in front of you, elbows locked. Round your shoulders forward, like you're reaching for something just out of reach, then pull your shoulder blades back together, like you're trying to pinch something between them. Forward and back. Same motion, just without the table underneath you. Either way, go slow and really feel those shoulder blades doing the work rather than rushing through the motion. Speed doesn't matter here, control does. That's what you're after. Move 2. Second move, and this one works your shoulder blade in the other direction, up and down. Sit tall in your chair, shoulders relaxed, not hunched up around your ears. If your chair has armrests, scoot forward a bit so they're out of the way. Now simply lift your shoulders up toward your ears and let them drop back down, up and down. Keep your breathing easy and try not to hold tension in your neck while you do it. You should feel your shoulder blades sliding up and down along your ribcage each time. If you're feeling strong and want a little extra out of this one, try this variation. Sitting in a sturdy chair with armrests, place your hands on the armrests, lock your elbows, and press down to lift your body slightly off the seat. Hold for a second, then lower back down. This adds a bit of strengthening on top of the mobility work since now your shoulder blades are supporting your body weight instead of just moving freely. It's completely optional, so if that feels like too much right now, just stick with the simple shoulder shrugs. There's no rush to get to the harder version. Either one gets the job done, and you can always work up to it once the basic shrug feels easy. Move 3. Now for the third move, and this one might be the most important of the three. It's a stretch for a muscle called the lat, short for latissimus dorsi, the big muscle that runs down the side of your back. When this muscle gets tight, it actually pulls your shoulder blade down and locks it in place, which makes everything else harder. Here's the seated version. Scoot toward the front edge of your chair, lean your upper body forward, and place your palms down on your thighs or on a table in front of you, pressing gently through them. Now, keeping your hands where they are and pressing down the whole time, slowly slide your hips back and let your upper body follow, almost like you're trying to sit further back in the chair without lifting your palms. You should feel a stretch running down the side of your torso, toward your armpit. Hold that for 5 to 10 seconds to start. As it gets more comfortable, you can work up toward 15 or 20 seconds. If you're able to get down onto a bed or the floor, here's a deeper version of the same stretch. Get onto your hands and knees, then slowly sit your hips back toward your heels while keeping your hands planted and pressing down through them. You'll feel that same stretch, just more of it. If getting all the way back feels like too much right now, just rock back gently, a little at a time. If your knees are sensitive, tuck a pillow underneath them first, and if the tops of your ankles bother you, a small pillow there helps too. Comfort matters more than depth here, so don't force it. And if you want a bit more stretch on one side, reach that arm across and hold the opposite hand as you sit back. You'll feel that side pull noticeably more. Hold each side for 5 to 10 seconds to begin with, working up toward 15 to 20 seconds as it becomes more comfortable. 3 to 5 rounds is plenty to start. A couple of things to keep in mind. There's no perfect number of repetitions carved in stone here. Some days you might only feel like doing each move a few times. Other days you might want to go longer, and that's fine. Let your body be the guide. What matters far more than the exact count is that you do these regularly rather than once and forget about them. Also, start slow, especially in the first few days. It's tempting to push hard once you feel a good stretch, but going too far too soon on a shoulder that's been tight for months or years usually backfires. Gentle and consistent wins here, not aggressive and occasional. If any of these moves cause sharp pain, rather than a mild pulling or stretching feeling, ease off and try a smaller range of motion instead. Wrapping up. So that's it. 3 moves, 2 ways each, and altogether, it's about 2 minutes once you're comfortable with them. Do each one 3 to 5 times, and don't push into pain. Start gentle, especially the first few days, and let your body adjust before you add more repetitions. This isn't something that fixes itself in one sitting, and that's normal. Give it consistent effort, even just once a day, and check back in after a week. Chances are you'll notice you can reach that top shelf a little easier, or get your hand behind your back without that same pull. A little further down the road, you might notice the headaches easing up too, since a lot of that neck and shoulder tension is connected. That's how this kind of stiffness resolves. A little bit at a time with consistency, not all at once. If this helped, let me know in the comments how your shoulder's feeling, and I'll see you in the next one.